Hear me? Y'all ready to get this party started? I can't hear you. Now listen, I feed off you. They ain't got 50,000 people here to have a good time. Now I said, you ready to get this party started? Yeah. Let's get them hands together. Come on. Come on, everybody, get your hands together. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on now. Come on. That's rough right there. The first short broke my pecker. That's all right. We're good. Hey. See, my name's Bruiser Martin. Some of you might have seen me on Moonshiners. Maybe you ain't. Maybe this is your first time seeing me live. It won't be a surprise because it's my first time being live. But I do make moonshine. Yeah. So that's who I am. So my wife told me, she said, hey, listen. She said, if you're going to try to be a comedian, we got to set some ground rules. And I said, okay, what you got? I'm out of breath. She said, so first of all, we can't tell no racist jokes. Okay, because people get offended. I said, all right, check. What else you got? She said, no politician jokes, because people get their feelings hurt about that stuff too. I said, oh, okay. I said, what else you got? Check. I said, this one's very important. For the love of God, don't talk about kissing your cousin. I said, sweet Jesus, that's happened 3 times. And twice was the same cousin. Okay? Good God. And she come on to me. What are you supposed to do? You know, good Lord. Yeah. I'm just getting started. All right. So as you know, I'm married. We got 7 kids and 6 dogs. Yeah. I swear to God, I believe every day they hold their farts until I get home from work. Because when I come home from work, it's like a gas chamber. I'm talking paint peeling off the walls. Yeah, like that. It's a mess. You know what I mean? So I decided I was going to get them back. Yeah. So I get up about 5 o'clock every morning. I decided I'm going to hold my farts all day. No matter how bad it gets, there ain't nothing coming out of my butthole. Right? I'm holding it all day. So I get up, I go to work. Brian's there, he knows. I go to work, my belly's hurting, but I hold it. Right? It gets about lunchtime and I'm cramping up. You know, them hellhounds, they're barking and biting, but I'm holding it because I'm a fighter, right? I'm holding this in. So come about 6 o'clock, I pull in the driveway, right? I pull in the driveway here at the house. I'm feeling like a champ. I walk up to that front door, I grab that doorknob. I take about 2 steps, heading up to the living room. And I cut loose. I'm telling you, I mean, woo, I cut loose a farting, right? And I mean, this is a super mega death fart. The dogs are barking, the kids are clapping. I mean, I tell you, time I get to the top of the steps, I had opened a portal to hell. I'm saying I ruined my panties, ruined my breeches, and it run down both legs and was in one of my boots. Yeah, it wasn't a fart. You following me? Okay. Y'all need to loosen your buttholes up just a little bit and let's laugh. Because I feed off youngins, you know what I mean? Yeah, come on now, this is funny stuff. Okay, I rumped myself, pooped all over myself. You hear what I'm saying? Yeah, you're getting it. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't funny? All right, my God. Youngins are tough. Yeah. So we're not allowed to watch wrestling at my house. There'll be no wrestling at my house, right? Like, I'm not talking dirty or nothing. So you can quit looking at me like you starved to death. I ain't got no candy in my pocket. Maybe I do. But anyways, we ain't allowed to watch no wrestling at my house. Zero. Now, my wife feels like she's pretty firm on no wrestling, okay? So, when I was growing up, I loved wrestling. I mean, I'm talking, I grew up in Clay County. I stone cold stunnered everything over there. I mean, if it moved, it got a stone cold stunner. Your granny, my granny, I don't care who it was. I'm talking everybody got a stone cold stunner, all right? So, I kind of quit watching wrestling for a few years. And we're sitting at the house, we're watching TV. And there's a preview comes on. The Sting is going to wrestle Triple H. And the ends might have seen that. That's just a few years ago, right? So I told my wife, I said, oh my God. I said, I want to watch it. The Sting versus Triple H. I said, we ain't watching no wrestling in a long time. I want to watch it. She's like, okay, sure. You know, so we're sitting there and I'm getting pumped up as the weeks pass leading up to this, right? So the day comes and we're sitting there. And I tell you what. So I tell you what, I'm watching this wrestling, right? And like wrestling changed a lot since I was little. There's a lot of women on there nowadays, and they didn't have on, I'm talking like a bathing suit would have been modest for what they wear nowadays. So my eyes is glued to the TV. I'm sitting there, pile of drool in the floor and growing. My wife's like, I don't think I blinked. You know, maybe during commercial, that's about it. You know what I'm saying? All right. So the Sting, I hear his music comes on. Oh my God. I start feeling it. My hands start shaking. My foot starts patting. I mean, I'm getting pumped up, man. You can feel the adrenaline right in the house. It's live. I mean, it's feeling good. I mean, I can feel this running all over me, right? You hear me, Beth? I mean, it's getting real. That Sting's walking out. Oh, man, I'm sitting there with my Stone Cold shirt on from 10 years earlier. It's skin tight, and I'm feeling better by the minute. You know what I mean? Sting's walking out, and oh, man, about that time, my wife, she decides for some unknown reason, she's going to get up and go to the bathroom. Boy, she gets up and takes about 2 steps, and I'm talking just like lightning. Bam! Right there. Stinger splash right in the living room floor. My God, the dogs are fighting on the couch. The neighbor calls the law. Sweet Jesus, it's on right there. I ripped my shirt off, run outside with my face painted. I spend the next 3 days running through the hills, wilding a buck, man. I mean, finally, my face paint starts to wear off. You know, I'm calming down. You know, I'm like, the smoke settled a little bit. I head back home, and my wife's like, hey, we got to talk. I'm like, we do? And she's like, yeah, we got to talk. She said, I don't think we can watch no more wrestling at our house. She said, because I had no idea it had done you like that, honey. And I said, well, I understand. So she's like, no more wrestling, okay? And I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm like, but what's the problem? She said, well, what went on in the living room? She said, I'm still putting alcohol on the dogs where they was fighting, She said, it's ridiculous. She acted like she went to the doctor because she had an ace bandage on. I don't think she really did because I had the car keys in my pocket. But to keep trouble down, I was like, okay, I'm picking up what you're throwing down. But listen, you need to be thankful. You need to thank the good Lord above that I hit you with a stinger splash and it wasn't a Stone Cold Stunner. You know what I mean? Yeah, that little laugh there. It's one of them nasty jokes, ain't you? She told me I can't do them, okay? But I will. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, okay? Just a little bit of nasty. It's from my big boys right here. So, growing up, I always wanted to be cool, you know? Mr. Cool Daddy. Everybody did, I think. You know, everybody wanted to be cool in a way. I wanted to be real cool. So all we ever talked about was going to a club. You know, we little 10, 12-year-olds running around like, man, what you going to do? I'm going to go to the club, man. You know, go to the club. Get funky, you know. That good stuff. That's all we ever talked about. You know, there ain't no club in Clay County. I don't know if there's one over here in London or not. But anyways, you know, this goes on for years. And I'm up a grown boy at this point. You know, I'm working for a living. I turned 21. And I didn't forget. I wanted to go to the club. So I got all cleaned up. Now, I worked in a coal mine, right? All I ever done. That's all I've done since I graduated, working the mines. You know, but I turned 21 in the coal mine. And I'm like, I'm going to the club. Right? So I get home. I get all cleaned up, all prettied up. You know, I got my good overalls on. You know, I got my cowboy boots. You know, I got my Stone Cold t-shirt on. I'm feeling tough and I'm looking good. You know, I come over here to London and I get me some gas, driving a 91 Model S10, you know. I'm like, hey girl, you know where the club is? You know, down here at the Speedway. And she's like, I don't, but I think if you go north, you might find one. I said, okay. So I get me some gas and I head up north. Now stick with me now, this gets bad. Okay? So I head up north, you know, and I find me a club, right? You know, the whole way there. You know, I mean, I'm feeling good, right? So I pull up, lights are flashing outside, I look in my window, get all sexied up, you know, I walk in, man, it's dark, you can see a bunch of people, you know, doing their thing. This big old dude, he walks up to me, right? He said, go out there and get you some, man. Go get you some. And I was like, well, I don't know how to dance. He's like, man, just do what comes natural. And I was like, all right. So I stand there for a minute, you know, kind of going with the beat. He walks back over to me, you know. He's like, go on, big boy, get you some. Smacks me on the hind end. Yeah, I'm fired up now. I played football my whole life. You know, when you smack somebody on the rump, that's like a sign to go get it. You know what I mean? So he hits me on the hind end, kind of hard. He's big, but I was like, all right. I run on out there on the dance floor, and I'm standing there, you know, and I'm like, so what comes natural to me? I know how to do two things, right? Now stick with me right here now. It gets complicated. I said I know how to do two things, right? I know how to work, and I know how to fight. So here I am on the dance floor. A little shoveling, you know, shoveling that, a little shoveling, look. Shoveling. I got about 10 minutes of that right there. And I mean, whoo, I'm having a good time, I swear to God. I mean, I am bumped up like a midget in a power wheel, you know what I mean? I am rolling, man, sitting there sweating like a turkey on Thanksgiving. I mean, whoo, I gotta catch my breath. I'm like, yes, I'm out of breath again. You know, I was like, whoo. About that time, you know, the lights come on. And I start looking. And it's all dudes, you know, and they're wearing them cowboy pants that ain't got no backs in them. But they ain't got no underwear under them. And I'm like, oh my God, what's going on right here? And I'm like, sweet Jesus, you know, what in the world? What is this? I start going towards the front door, and there comes that big dude again. I was like, wow. Right out the door I went. I got in that S10, you know. Woo! I fired that bad boy up, and I swear to God, it almost scratched off. It was ready to leave as much as I was. Man, I tell you what, I don't know why anybody'd ever want to go to something like that. Everybody talk about going to the club. That's the worst experience of my life. If you all do that kind of thing, more power to you. But I'll never go back, okay? That's just too much for me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. So I don't work in the coal mine no more. Now I'm a truck driver. We got any truck drivers out here? No, I didn't think so. Well, anyways, I am a truck driver, right? I mean, it ain't an 18-wheeler, and it ain't a standard, and it ain't got a but still, it's a truck, man. It's a 10-wheeler, right? And it is automatic, which is kind of nice, but I am a truck driver, you know. It's kind of like one of them little dump trucks, but I haul gas tanks on the back. I ain't some guys might like that and call me little man or whatever, but I'm a truck driver. Say I ain't, you know, because I am. You know, that's what it is. So, you know, being a truck driver, it gets rough sometimes, right? Because there ain't always a bathroom where you need a bathroom when you need a bathroom, if you know what I mean. And oh my God, last night, oh man. So I'm a driving, right? I got a little ahead of myself, so I'm a driving. Just cruising, you know, and thank the good Lord they put these dollar stores on every corner, right? A dollar store on this corner, dollar store on that corner, dollar store beside the nursing home, a dollar store everywhere you go, you know what I mean? Yeah. All right. It hits me. It hits me, and I'm in a bad way, you know what I mean? I mean, it hits me in a bad way, real hard. Last night, burritos is ready to be today's mud bowl, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, Jesus, what am I going to do? Oh, man. Oh, God, there it is. There it is. Right there we go. I jerk that parking brake. I jump out, and I'm walking like... Yeah, tight as Tucker can be, you know what I mean? I make it in there. I sit down, man. I do my business. Well, I'm doing my business. It's like 15 minutes of torment, you know. It sounded like somebody trying to bath the Wolverine. Yeah, I mean, it was a mess. Come on now, it was rough, you know what I'm saying? You've been there, don't act like you ain't. Everybody pooped themselves a time or two, but I didn't poop myself this time, I made it, right? Okay, so I get the Wolverine whooped, right? And I start looking, I swear to God, there ain't a drop of toilet paper in that thing. And I'm like, oh, sweet Jesus, what am I going to do? So I'm sitting there, you know, sweats are running, I'm breathing hard. You know, I think my butt's are bleeding, you know, and I get fiddling around. And I find a receipt in my pocket where I got fuel that morning. Because remember, I'm a truck driver. I got to get fuel about every day, you know. So I find a receipt, and I'm looking at that receipt, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, what else am I going to do? So I reach back there, you know, about halfway through a good wipe, it feels funny. And I'm like, huh, that's weird. So I do a full wipe, and I look, and that receipt, you know, I should have knew better. It's slick. It's not made to absorb anything. So I've smeared this halfway up my back at this point, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my God, that receipt ain't got a speck on it. I roll it back up and put it in my pocket because I got to turn it in at work, you know what I mean? All right. So I'm sitting there like, I go back to my coal mining roots. I'm like, adapt and overcome. I kick my boot off and get my sock. Roll that sock up my arm. I get back there and I clean this up spick and span. Peel that sock off, throw it down, I'm good, right? I walk out and there's a line of traffic, swear to God. I'm all alone. People giving the finger, blowing the horn, everybody's pissed off. And I'm like, I had to go. So I climb up in the truck, but I tell you what, swear to God, that's the last time I used a porta potty on the side of the road. That's bull crap. Alright, so I got one more thing for you, and I'll turn it over to these guys to sing. So Princess, if you want to come help me a minute.